Hey y'all, it's 2023. I'm Preezy from Listen Up, Listen In podcast. Are y'all ready? Come on now. We gotta live, laugh, love. Love you first because you can't love anything or anyone unless you love yourself first. Keeping God in our lives, staying healthy, staying focused. Hold and squeeze your family and your pets just a little bit tighter. That's the main goal. Motivate, educate, differentiate, love, but never hate. Are y'all ready for some great episodes and great guests? I can't wait. This year is about you. It's about me. It's about us. So let's do what we gotta do to make 2023 a great year. Tune in to Listen Up, Listen In podcast with Preezy and all my special co-host guests. Come on now, let's get it.
It's vacation time. Are you ready to get away? Far away? VacateWithNate.com has direct access to the travel industry's top brands. Every major travel supplier, including resorts, hotels, tour providers, cruise lines, vacation companies, airlines, and car rental brands in every destination in the world. Log on today and get your travel plans in motion at VacateWithNate.com. And for the individuals who want to turn a passion for travel into a flexible source of income and rewards, reach out to Nate at shopnobletravel@aol.com for more information.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. It's Friday, y'all. It's Friday, y'all. Yes, what's going on? Welcome to Listen Up, Listen In podcast. Yes, y'all ready for the weekend? What y'all getting ready to do? What y'all getting ready to get into? Y'all ready? Yes. I hope your day is going well. All praises to Jehovah God and Jesus Christ every day. And guess what? Y'all know what I'm getting ready to say, right? You already know it. Are you happy? Are you smiling? You should be, because you woke up this morning, dog. Yeah. You woke up this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yes. I hope that your day is going well. And if it's not, don't worry about it. Brush it off. This too shall pass. Don't let nobody get you upset. Walk away. Take a minute to just woosah. Go on your desk and get those cheese and crackers and a couple of tea and go in the coffee room and just... And if you can't do that, think about some good times or think about the weekend, spending it with your loved one, friends, or family. Or just taking the dog to the doggy park. It's all good. Y'all ready for a great show? I am. I got a great guest. Yes. So let's get ready now and make sure if you in your car that you got your seatbelts on and pay attention to the road. Don't be picking up your phone. Come on now. We gotta live. You know what I mean? Come on now. Let's get it.
Tanya, you ready?
Listen up, listen in. 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 Thanks for tuning in. Let's have a conversation. Talking worldwide, it don't matter your location. What you going through and the topic may have relation. Let's get some motivation. Swap out education. Every Friday we heal, laugh, improve, and grow. Put some nutrients in your mind, give you food for the soul. I know you pumped and preparing for your weekend and low. Might as well join the discussion and tune into the show. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to Listen Up, Listen In podcast. I'm your host, Preezy. Now before I start today's episode, I would love for you guys and gals to follow me on social media. Go to Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplisten5687@gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast. Now let's get back to Listen Up, Listen In. Hey everybody, this is Preezy from Listen Up, Listen In podcast. I hope everybody's doing good. I got a special guest with me today, and he's a podcaster. Yes, he's a podcaster, and he has a great show, and it's called Always Everything with Yung Squalla. So let's give a round of applause for Yung Squalla. What's going on? How you doing?
What's good? Thank you. How you doing today?
I'm good. I always like to ask my guests, how was your day?
My day was cool. I got to go to work and make some money today, so it was always good to do that.
Of course, it's always good to make that money, right?
Yeah.
Before anything, I just want to give you a special thanks for allowing me to be on your show. So thank you for that, and I'm glad you're on mine now. So
Definitely, no doubt.
Yes.
You come back on my show anytime, too.
Of course, you better invite me. I had a wonderful time, especially with the guests that you had. They were really cool. It was like we knew each other for years. So the show was awesome. I definitely shared the show on my podcast. I want everybody to know who you are and let them know about the other guests that were on there, too. So thanks again for that. Now, I want you to tell my audience who you are.
Okay, basically, who Yung Squalla is. Okay.
Yes.
So, I'm born in Washington, D.C., raised in PG County, Maryland. I started, the one main thing I wanted to do was become a rapper. So, I was doing rapping. For basically most of my life, that was what my main focus was trying to do as far as a career path. I was putting most of my time into trying to become a rapper.
Right.
But in the meantime, between time, I was the one who would also I would always keep a job. So like, I was putting a lot of focus into it, but I didn't put 100% of all of, like, I had to fund it some type of way.
Right.
So I tried to keep a job. But rap was not, we ain't never make it big or whatever, but still love music. So I decided I'm gonna make a podcast because one, I started my podcast around the pandemic. So
Right.
there's a lot of sketchy things going on around that time. So part of my purpose was trying to kind of debunk, or not so much debunk, but get the actual truth out there as far as stuff surrounding the pandemic, and to like put my own spin on it, give my opinion on everything. So a lot of that is just to get my voice heard. And then it turned into a whole podcast. But the initial reason, I was just trying to put out my own personal opinion, and it just turned into,
Right.
yeah.
I think podcasting got really big during the COVID because, you couldn't go out. You couldn't really do anything. So everybody turned to podcasting, and now it's just a real big thing right now. So you want to be a rapper. Who are your favorite artists? What made you think about going that route?
Well, my favorite rapper is Lil Wayne.
Yes, okay. Shout out to
hands down, 100%, Lil Wayne.
Right.
But who I was looking up to most coming up when I first was trying to be a rapper. My very first hip hop influence would have been Little Bow Wow.
Oh, really?
Right, yeah.
Wow.
And then, but the very first hip hop song I ever remember hearing in my life was Thuggish Ruggish Bone with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yes. That's what's up.
So, as far as my influences go, you have Lil Bow Wow first. Then, from there, you have 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Lil Wayne.
Okay, that's cool. So do you still write from time to time, even though you haven't pursued that career in rapping? Do you still sit down and write some lyrics?
Yeah, I have music I put out too still from time to time. It's just that it's just not my main focus. I still do it though.
I feel you. That's good. So you kept that love for it.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever get into it? Or it's just, nah, I'm just
I
chilling
mean,
right
if a big enough door opens in that direction, I may take it, but I don't know if I'm gonna really pursue it. Like as far as trying to be like the greatest rapper.
Right.
That ain't it for me no more.
It is a lot of work to it. It's a lot behind the rap game too, as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, well, nowadays I call a lot of people get lucky nowadays because they have the social media and
right.
You can like do certain things and not really put too much of an effort. But I tell people I'm in between generations. Like I'm a part of a generation who got to see at the time before technology. And then I'm a part of this generation who got to see the start of technology as well.
Right.
So when I say that nowadays people get lucky is because they have more eyes available to them, to whereas when I was first trying to do it, you had to really have the talent to get discovered. You had to put the footwork in. You had to pass out CDs.
Right.
You had to do a lot of different things.
Now it's so easy. You don't have to do all of that.
Exactly. At the click of a button, you done sent the music to 500 people.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah. When you
in that same sense, though,
yeah,
you get them same 500 people, maybe 300 of the people don't want to see that. They like, don't be spamming me. Don't be sending me that. Like they'll tell you, don't send me that no more.
and you know the rap game has changed so much. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's not the same like it used to be. Like when we discussed it on your show,
Right.
things have changed, and you know the rappers today, so many of them that have gotten killed. I don't know. They just not. Is it about respect? What is it all about?
I don't know what's going on at this point with it because everybody's like you have to be a gangster.
Right.
So that's the. I was just watching a cipher. They just did a cipher for the high schools in this area. And even the high school kids, they're not really saying too. They're not doing too. They still being kids, but you can tell they got that edge, that gangster vibe to them.
Right.
It's like they're not really doing like. You can just tell it's dead. Like if they was able to, they'd be saying other things.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you wondering, is it real or is it for show?
Yeah, a lot of man. It starts off for show.
Right.
But then you get to a point where you gotta prove yourself.
Right.
Cause you just said, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill 50 people. Now you got these people looking at you like, all right, what's up?
Exactly. So, did anybody help you when it came to podcasting?
Actually, nah. I actually just jumped right into it. See, I would watch Drink Champs with Noriega.
Oh, yeah. I love that
I would
show.
watch,
Yes.
yeah, I was watching that, and I tried to like use him as a template. But other than that, I didn't really have too much help with podcasting at all.
Just went on in it.
Yeah, I know recently I've had help writing my descriptions for the episodes, but
Right.
when I first got started, no, it was just me and the cell phone doing the thing on Anchor.
Right. Yeah, I think everybody started off at Anchor.
Yeah.
Everybody started off at Anchor. You know, it's free, so and all you gotta do is just start talking. Like a lot of people ask me I say, hey, just start talking. And you'll get it. And then once in a while, start learning. And, you can learn anything on YouTube. Go on YouTube, check out the equipment and stuff like that. And see if this is what you really want. If you really want to do it. Because don't buy all this stuff. You buying all this equipment and then you just like, I don't really want to do this. So I always tell people, make sure.
That's what happened to me the first time, because I really started this podcast like really during the pandemic, and like once I did like maybe 3 or 4 episodes. And once I said what I had to say, I was done. I was like, all right.
You was like, that was enough for me?
Yeah, but then what made me bring it back? Because like, this is what happened.
Okay.
I got an alert because I didn't realize that it wasn't gonna go away. Like I figured it was gonna expire eventually, but the episodes were still there. But I got an alert in the email, and it was saying, "Yeah, your fans miss you" or something. It was Anchor trying to advertise me to get back on.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, all right. So I just went and logged it, checked it out, and I logged in. And them little 4 episodes was getting played. And I was like, oh, snap.
See that? Look at there. So that made you come back.
Like, if I had been consistent at that point, if I had stayed with it, I probably would be way further along.
So how long have you been doing podcasting? You said, when you first started, when it was the COVID?
When I did those 4 episodes, that was like 20... Maybe like, it was really maybe in the very beginning of the pandemic. I can't remember the exact date, but I know it was like right there when they first like started with the pandemic.
Okay.
And then I didn't do nothing, like zero activity with the podcast until just October of this past year.
Okay. So do you find what do you think about podcasting? Is it difficult? Is it time consuming? Like, how do you take care of the thing?
It's not time consuming at all.
No?
It's 100 times more easier than going to the studio doing rapping.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's like you got with podcasting, you really have control over your own how you come out.
Right.
So it's like you can put in a certain amount of effort. Like my setup that I have, it's not the most expensive setup, but it don't sound sloppy and it works, So you don't really have to have the most expensive equipment.
Right.
Whereas in music, sometimes you really do have to go get that stuff. It matters.
It matters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your guests, how do you go about getting your guests?
Okay, so lately, it's a couple places I go. I use Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
I use Quora, and I've been using Facebook. Facebook I've been using most recently, and Facebook has been the one that's been working for me the most. I didn't realize, and that's another thing about podcasting. The podcasting community is way more supportive than the hip hop community.
And I'm on that site, the Black Podcast. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
I'm on two of them like that. It's two. I'm on like 5 different Facebook groups that got to do with podcasting.
Nice.
And it's like every single group that's on the Facebook, everybody trying to help everybody.
Yes, I definitely see that. Yes, and that's what's up, because you don't really see a lot of black podcasters. Well, let's just say you didn't think there were, but until you got on Facebook and you be like, what? Because you figured it was ran by another race, like they. But when you go on there and you be like, oh, this is what's up. I was very impressed. Because it was all different other races that had podcasts, and you go on there and that's all you saw. And then you're like, what? Now you see like, oh man, African Americans is on there too doing their thing. So that's what really made me like, I'm getting ready to do this. The podcasting for me was more therapeutic because I lost my mom with COVID. And so I was like, I got to get out. I got to do something to keep my mom busy, and I love to talk. So I said, why not? Why not talk? Different topics and stuff like that. So with your podcasting, what are your topics about? Like, what do you talk about?
So I pretty much talk about whatever really comes to my head in the moment.
Yeah, that's how I feel, right.
I'm trying to cover pretty much all angles of life, really, like social issues, highlight people's businesses,
right.
A lot. Like I got one coming up. We're gonna be recording about domestic violence. I got some people who gonna be sharing their experience with that.
Oh wow, that's gonna be deep.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I'm trying to cover a little bit of everything as far as social life goes.
Oh, that's good. Because a lot of the podcasts, like I'll go check out some podcasters and watch their shows. And a lot of them basically, and I'm not going to say a lot, but just a few, they just stay on like one subject. And I think like, nah, after a while, how long can you keep talking about the same thing all the time?
Yeah.
So go ahead.
You go on YouTube and stuff. They tell you to do that. They tell you to find your niche,
right,
and stay with it. So I see people do that, but I never did agree with that either.
Right. That's what I said. I was like, I don't want to keep talking about the same thing. Like, how many times are you gonna just keep talking? What can you keep? You keep talking about the same thing. After a while, it gets boring. Like say for exercising. Like, how much can you keep talking about exercising? You know what I mean?
Like, so much you can talk about.
Yeah. So when you kind of mix your show up and you're talking about all these different topics and having all these different guests come on, it just makes it more interesting. Because now your audience is like, I wonder what she's going to talk about next. I wonder what tomorrow they're going to talk about or next week. So I think that you should just go with the flow and talk about, hey, whatever it is, so.
Yeah.
And how often do you come on?
Well, now I got it set up to where I'm dropping an episode every Wednesday. And if I got something real, if I'm pressed to put something out, I'll put it out on a Sunday. So Wednesday and Sundays will be my upload days. Or not really my upload days, but the days where I release content.
Okay, and you're live, am I correct? Or is it pre-recorded?
It's pre-recorded.
Okay. All right. And do you ever do audio?
Yeah, I release it in audio and video.
Oh, that's cool. That's
so whenever the video come out on YouTube, the audio comes out on all the podcast sites as well too.
Okay, so your video is always on YouTube.
Yeah, the video is on YouTube and Spotify.
And Spotify, yes. Yeah, Spotify. I think Spotify, they own Anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they own Anchor. I found out about that. I was like, oh, you go with Spotify. But Spotify is awesome. Very popular. So, what advice can you give to those that are just starting out with podcasting?
The best thing I can say is to be consistent, because everything is like in a digital, like everything is patterns right now. So the more content you push out, the more you become a part of that pattern. And I know that, like, you figure out the algorithm, right?
Right.
The algorithm is an artificial. It's basically a robot inside the server. Let's use YouTube for example. The YouTube algorithm is the one that's suggesting you the videos that, like, based on what you watch on YouTube, it's giving you videos. So the more content a YouTuber will push out, it will make it easier for the robot to say, okay, this person has this, and the algorithm also goes by the description. That's why I started getting somebody to help me write the description for the episode as well, because I didn't realize until I did a little bit of research. So every little while, every once in a while, I watch a video on how to make the podcast better.
Right.
And it was talking about that. It said how much the description actually. A lot of people don't realize that, like, if somebody's Googling or searching or searching something up, like, based on what they type in, your podcast will pop up because of the description.
Right.
So let's say I'm doing the thing on domestic violence, right? So somebody might type in videos on domestic violence, and then my podcast might pop up just because on the description it's talking about domestic violence. Or the one we did, we talking about violence in hip hop. But you see how I put on the title, I put violence in hip hop and a little more. So it's little stuff like that, like how you word things, that it'll make it easier for the algorithm to, like, suggest your video over somebody else's.
And it's also, I was told too, it's also important to do hashtags.
Yeah, hashtags too. Hashtags definitely. It's all on hashtagging. Hashtagging, it's like it's hit or miss too. Because if you use too many hashtags, you go like oversaturate your own post.
Right.
And if you don't use the right hashtags, like, if you use hashtags that's not really relevant to what you're talking about, that'll hurt you as well. But on the other end, hashtagging does make your post available to more people, because, like I say, it's all about, it's the same. When they search things up, like they search certain hashtags, and
right.
you win that list.
Yes. Now, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I always hashtag Black Podcaster. I always hashtag Anchor.
Right.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, that's good to do. Yes, definitely. Now, I also was told that it is good to go on other podcaster shows to get your podcast, so it can get out there and be known. Have you ever been on other podcast shows as well?
You are my second one.
Oh, wow. All right.
I'm trying to make myself more available to do that too.
Okay.
But I don't want to put too much on my plate, because I'm not really good at getting a lot of things at once.
Right.
So when I'm trying to get my guests, if I try to start scheduling myself to go, I start getting mixed up and it'll be jumbled up in my brain.
Well, get you a little calendar book,
Yeah, that's what I keep saying I'm gonna get, because right now I'm going straight off memory.
Right. No, I feel you.
Remember.
I have to write things down too. It's a lot of time. What I do is, I started writing things down so I won't forget. Because it's important. If you're doing so much, in your outside world and you're working and stuff like that, you can't forget certain things. So get a little calendar book or something to write your stuff down. It'll help, but it is good. I was told about other podcasters because I just started in May of, this year. And so I'm learning from other podcasters, They're showing me different things, and I just purchased this Vocaster Pro 2, and I really want to read up on it. I'm not even going to use it yet. It's been sitting here for about a good 2 weeks, and I want to read and study it first. I want to master this thing before I actually start using it. That's me. I have to really, really know something before I start using it. I know we all make mistakes, but I'm just trying to perfect this machine that everybody is just bragging about. So,
What machine is that? I've never heard of that one.
Oh, I'm going to send you the info. It's called the Vocaster Pro 2. They had the first one out about a year or two, years ago. And then they came out with this new one, and it basically does just about everything. I'm definitely going to send that to you tonight. I'm going to text it to you. But it is supposed to be the ultimate machine in podcasting. Check it out on YouTube too.
Yeah, I'm about to. You said to do everything. So what it?
It's awesome. The guys that I talked to, a lot of them had the Vocaster Pro, and so I said, well, I got the Vocaster Pro 2 for a gift because everybody's so happy I'm doing this podcasting to keep my mind at ease. Because I was really going through it with my mom, losing my mother. We were very close, and I'm the baby out of 6.
Right.
So, I needed something, and so, I got good people in my life, and they bought that for me. I was just so ecstatic, but I gotta learn it.
Yeah.
I have to learn it, because, it's, I talk to guys, and they're like, what? You got what? So they was like, we're going to teach you. So I'm excited about that. But it's always good to learn from other podcasters. A lot of them do different things. They all got their own style. But you'll know.
Yep.
And what's your time?
This Wednesday, this episode it's a little story I got going on called The Witch and the Man and the Witch.
Really?
And it's like, so I had the Man and the Witch is actually the sequel to the first part. The first part was the Man, the Witch, the Goddess, and the Angel. And it was like, it's basically like a ghetto love story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what's up. I had one podcaster, she does poetry night. So I'm like, I should do that. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. I'm just thinking about it right now. But
that reminds me. I have a lady, me and her about to start a segment on my podcast. It's gonna be once a month, where she comes on and she teaches financial literacy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
So when is that gonna start?
Well, our first episode is gonna be on the 19th. We're going to record it on the 19th, and it probably ain't going to air until probably like in February, because I filled up my calendar for the whole month of January. I probably got 8 to 10 episodes to film.
Nice.
And I'm going to be dropping them once a week, so
that's what's up.
It'll come out. Yeah, so but once a month, I'm going to be having her on there, and she basically going to just call the whole episode doing financial literacy.
Nice, that's good. We definitely need that. So
that's why I said that's perfect.
Yes. Do you like?
And then they can give me a little what they call it, a niche, a little.
Oh yeah. Do you like podcasting by yourself? You like to be the only host for your show?
I tried to get a couple people to do co-hosting with me, but every single one of them, they said they was gonna do it and never did it.
Right.
But I find it easier to just find guests now, because
yes,
if I try, I wanna get to a point where I can have a co-host or whatever. But right now, since I'm not really monetizing nothing, as far as the ownership of the podcast and the way it goes, I want to have folks with creative control of how I do it right now.
Boy, I feel you.
If you add somebody to it, then they're gonna want to have some type of input, especially in the beginning stages.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But it's cool. You're doing a wonderful job. So that's what's up. And I'm happy that, you're doing your thing. And I know that the future is going to be awesome for you, for all of us. As podcasters, we just got to keep going on. Now, tell my audience where we can find you.
So, on Instagram, my social media is always .squalla, and that is the same on Twitter, always .squalla. Then on Facebook, you can just type in Yung Squalla, but it's Young without the O, so you just spell Y-U-N-G, and it's Yung Squalla, that's what it is. And then YouTube is always Everything Squalla, and then the podcast is called Always Everything with Squalla. And then I'm gonna give you a little thing, because I'll tell you why I call it that. I call it Always Everything is because you know how people, like, they have a rough day and they always say, they be like, it's always something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So I just took that phrase and it says always everything.
I feel you. I love it. I was gonna ask you that, but another question came to my head. I want to know, how'd you get your title? So you just explained it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Definitely. Well, you come on, you said every Wednesday, right?
Yep.
That's good. Y'all heard that. Y'all gonna check out his show, Always Everything with Yung Squalla. He comes on every Wednesday. What time again?
Every Wednesday at noon.
Every Wednesday at noon. That's what's up. I appreciate you for coming on my show, and I hope you come back. I'm going to try to get all y'all on my show. Kendra, Mr. Incredible.
Definitely.
And what's the other gentleman that you had?
His name Taz.
Taz?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely. I'm trying to get him to get into the podcasting world. I know he's still heavy into music. Like he was my partner in the music. Like when we was coming up, we started music together and everything.
Okay, so he's trying to get
he's
into music.
So he be looking to do interviews all the time.
Nice. I definitely would love to have him. You think he'll kick a little something on the show?
Oh yeah, if you get him to rap, he ain't gonna stop.
I would love that. We definitely got to do that. We definitely got to connect again. I would love it because it flowed so nice. I loved it. I really did. But thank you so much for being a guest on Listen Up, Listen In podcast. And I hope to hear from you again.
Definitely.
Yes. That was a great show. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Yung Squalla. I appreciate you as being a guest. Yes. And I always say this to my beautiful audience out there listening. Live, laugh, love. Love you first, because you can't love anything or anyone unless you love yourself first. Believe that. Stay healthy, stay focused, keep God first in your life, and hug and squeeze your family and, of course, your pets just a little bit tighter. Yes, indeed. Love you, Mommy and Daddy, forever. Peace.
Yay! Oh, thank you.
That concludes this episode of Listen Up, Listen In with your host, Preezy. Hey, yo, Preezy, tell them how to keep in touch, baby.
Go to Instagram, Listen Up, Listen In 5687, and on Facebook, Listen Up, Listen In. You can also email me at listenuplistenin5687 at gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, by following me on social media, you'll be able to see all the platforms my podcast is on. Wherever you consume my podcast, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when a new episode is posted. Rate, review, and share this podcast.
Listen up, listen in. Listen up, listen in. Yeah.